and we'll start with Premium Edition games. Premium had their Series 4 Direct on May 2nd and showed off brand new games that are becoming physical. Barry, how about you run through what those games were and what was discussed at the Premium Edition Direct?
Series 4 is going to contain two different titles. We showed off Wonderling DX, which is a fantastic, pretty much 2D puzzle platformer, and pretend like you're like a Goomba and you got to stop Mario, and that's the basis of this. You are the equivalent of a Goomba, and you gotta fight Carrot Man, and you have to go through each level. And like Goombas, they auto walk back and forth. That's what you do. You're auto walking, and you have to use that, and then hitting off walls to your advantage as you get through stages. Lots of secrets in hidden areas, and there's an element of time where you use like flowers you gotta grab, but if you don't grab after a certain amount of time, you die. So you have to purposely sometimes leave flowers for your return trip, because sometimes you have to go back through a stage. Really fun level design, really great graphics. And we waited on this. We've had this for a while signed, but we waited for the DX update, which adds even more levels and more challenge. So you're getting the full game. We also revealed that we have the Retro Edition coming out, which is going to also contain the soundtrack, enamel pin, and a vinyl sticker set. And that vinyl sticker set's like fatheads. So those will go on the inside of the case, and you can kind of make your own custom cover if you reverse it. So some fun stuff we have planned. Then we also showed off another game called Rain on Your Parade, which is our second title. Rain on Your Parade is a very unique genre of game. Like I'd put it with Katamari Damacy, Untitled Goose Game, stuff like that, where you play a cloud suspended by strings, and your job is literally to rain on people's parade. Like you destroy different events, and you cause havoc and mayhem, and it's all in good fun. And there's different objectives every level, and then there's levels based on Zelda and Metal Gear Solid, and like a bunch of tributes. And of course, we have the retro edition there as well, which gives you even more goodies. You get the more vinyl cloud set, you get the enamel pin, and you get a thick cloudy coaster. On top of that, at premiumeditiongames.com, if you do pre-order any version of either of these games, you will get a dog tag for each game exclusively. So it's $50 for the standard retro or standard premiums, and 70 for the retros. And they will go up for pre-order May 10th till June 10th. So it's 4-week pre-order. So that was our Series 4. We also showed off something that's really, really cool, and that is our Classic Series, which Greg alluded to earlier. And the Classic Series is 10 NES aftermarket homebrew titles. So these are titles that were developed by passionate developers for the NES to run on original NES hardware. And they do. They put out their ROMs. They're like, here's our game, and it's really cool. They're obviously very, very passionate developers that would love to be on Nintendo, but Nintendo isn't certifying any more new NES games at this point. But we are in house porting them all to the Nintendo Switch in one giant collection, physically. All 10 games will be on the cart, plus some bonus exclusive games that are going to be on the card as well that we haven't announced, but they're there. So the games are Orebody Binder's Tale, which is something that Greg alluded to with his interview, Nessie the Robot, Space Raft, Ninja 1 and 2, Kubo 3, Assimilate, Jester, Era the Crow Maiden, Doodle World, and Ya Ya BB's 2. So all of that's coming summer. So we're going to have a retro edition of that as well, which we have not shown off. And then we teased Series 5 with the game Raji, an Ancient Epic, the Enhanced Edition. That is coming next series. We're so proud to be able to tease that off and show that off to everybody, because we've been keeping that a secret for so long, and it's just great to get that off our chest and to really show it off to everybody. It's just an awesome action adventure based out of Indian culture, and it's just beautiful. Other things we showed off is we showed off the Gamers for Gamers variants for Series 3. Those will go up later, and those, again, benefit the Gamers for Kids charity, 20% of each. And what we didn't show off, but what we will have available on our website at the same time as Series 4 are dog tags for Series 1 and 2. We're going to be selling Super Blood Hockey, Pigeon Dev Games Collection, Robot Name Fight, Demon's Tier dog tags with a chain for $10. So you can start your set. If you pre-ordered Series 3 from us, you'll get a dog tag for each of those games, and the same with Series 4. So you can kind of collect your own dog tag set as well. Just some little extra things we're doing. But it was a blast, and great that we were able to show everything off.
There's been some interesting news over the last week or so, and there was a little rumors around this first, and then all of a sudden it broke through that an organization called Embracer Group was making some acquisitions. Not acquisitions. I don't know what that word is, but acquisitions, and they're going to be getting none other than Square Enix, the majority of their Western Studios IP, for $300 million. Yes, that's $300 million. But Embracer Group is going to be acquiring all of that IP from their Western studios. Essentially, like this is an organization that has purchased a lot of different gaming IP over the years. It's probably something you've never heard of before, but they've actually, like, once we started looking into it, and like, wow, they actually own a lot of different IP and games. So this is not something completely out of the blue. But yeah, now this Embracer Group is going to hold Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and more than 50 back catalog games from Square Enix Holdings Ltd. Make sure that I read the statement from the president of Square Enix. Said that the transaction will assist the company in adapting to the changes underway in the global business entertainment by establishing a more efficient allocation of resources, which will enhance corporate value by accelerating growth in the company's core business in the digital entertainment domain. In addition, the transaction enables the launch of new businesses by moving forward with the investments in fields including blockchain, AI, and the cloud. And IGN did a huge piece on all of the employees, or not all of them, but a good chunk of the employees. And then there's actually been some frustration started to come out. So they did this in-depth look at the experience specifically of contract workers at Nintendo of America. And a lot of them have started opening up about their discontent around working for Nintendo of America specifically, saying that, it's not a good work environment. They basically, they feel like underclass citizens compared to the primary, full-time employees for Nintendo of America. Meanwhile, people that have worked for Nintendo of America, for the most part, love their job, love everything about it. They really, the experience of working for that game company has always been really positive. But the contract workers have not felt that same experience at all. And they've kind of felt like it was an us versus them. They're just doing this job. But they have started, coming out and saying that the work environment's not that great. And so I'm wondering now, what is Nintendo actually going to do about this? Are they going to take some stances? Are they just going to say that's who we are? A lot of it's around just their IP, and they like, hey, we have to keep really tight-lipped. You're a contract worker. We want to sign the same contracts as, I don't know. So there's a lot in this. If you have not checked out the article, head over to IGN.
So, the NPD group released the March 2022 sales reports. So it was pretty much reporting that the Nintendo Switch was the best-selling hardware platform of both March 2022 and the first overall quarter of the year. The Xbox Series X and S led in dollar sales, though, for both time periods, probably because of the price difference. For software, Elden Ring held the number one spot for top 20 of March 2022, but Kirby and the Forgotten Land came in at number 3. They also had some other details for the top 10 best sellers for Switch. Kirby and the Forgotten Land was number 1 for Switch overall. followed by Pokemon Legends Arceus, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Triangle Strategy, Mario Party Superstar, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Rune Factory 5, and New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
And if you've been a little bummed about E3, like we all are, we kind of want it to happen, Jeff Keighley has possibly an answer for you. The Summer Game Fest is happening for the third year in a row, and he's going to kick it off with his cross industry showcase. This is going to happen live Thursday, June 9th. It's 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be game announcements, reveals, and then after that, they're going to do the Day of the Devs presentation.